Hi everyone, my name is Anton. I haven't had a video about rock chips for a long time on my channel. But there was a lot of interesting updates last year. So I decided to make two videos. One of them is this. It's a briefly overview of Rock5C Lite. The second video will be like in a few days. It's about current pipelines for running different models for Rockchips, like Rockchip Model Zoo and Rockchip LLM Zoo, and so on. A lot has changed there over the last year, and a lot of questions that people asked me for this year, they now have a different answers. So I decided to do this brief overview. Specifically, this video will be more about this board, which is like based on RK3582, which is like a trimmed version of RK3588. I already had videos on my channel about RK3588 and RK3576. Both of them are quite similar as well. And in my opinion, right now, it's one of the best boards for computer vision, at least like if you're searching for the boards for a cheap price. So let's look at the comparison with Rockchip 3588. The price is significantly cheaper. I bought myself for $40, but if we look at some promo, there is information that probably on big volume you can buy like even like $10 cheaper, like $30. But right now in the most of stores, it's just a few available lots. So I don't know about the current situation. Maybe it's possible to buy a big batch. Maybe it's like just a few boards over there. The next important difference, there is no GPU. I didn't see product solution based on Rockchip for computer vision where this GPU was used. Usually it's like just CPU and NPU. So in my opinion, it's not critical. Memory. Specifically here, just 2 gigabytes of RAM memory. And it's like super small amount of memory. And especially if you compare it with some 3588 where you can meet up to 32 gigabytes. But in my opinion, if we are looking only for inference board without like any visualization, good visualization, without like any complex 3D computational, it's more than enough. Most of the networks, it's like few hundreds gigabytes. Of course, it's not enough for big LLM networks, but for most computer vision networks that can run like pretty fast, this 2 gigabyte is enough. Speaking of the processor, here we have 2 less cores than RK3588. It's just 6 cores, which of them like 2 is high performance and 4 like low performance. On RK3588 we have 2 more for high performance. So yes, it sometimes can be a critical for some of the tasks, but in my opinion, for 90% of modern tasks, the main interesting point is NPU speed. And when we are looking on NPU, everything is super fine. According to the documentation, it should give only 5 tops, which is less than 6 tops. But they looking pretty the same. The first of all, it's the same structure of 3 independent NPU units. The second, when I tested this NPU on a few different networks, this board worked faster than 3588. Of course, it may be like some differences in like clock rate or maybe there is some differences like in the board, why some models give you a different speed. But in my opinion, the main point here that for some models you will be even faster than 3588. The next interesting point, video decoding, the same. So it's pretty important point where you can lose a lot of performance of your CPU, and for both of these boards it's the same. And of course, like Wi-Fi here is out of the box, and for a lot amount of RK3588 you should just install separate chip with Wi-Fi. Except RK3588 V2, I think. But it's not a big amount of the boards with this chip on the market. Here, just it's working out of the box, which is pretty nice. So, and the last but not least is PCI Express. Actually, they have the same connector that Raspberry Pi. Here I installed Halo board here, and it's connected to via PCI Express bus line. Here it's like Raspberry Pi M2 head for MK, which is compatible with this board. So it's pretty nice. The significant minus here that this PCI Express is only PCI Express X2 one line. Check my article, I will give link in the description, and probably somewhere here there will be link, where I compared a lot of different boards in terms of how this PCI Express line affects the speed of your neural computational, specifically on Halo. And it's like, it will be slower than Raspberry Pi 5 for most of the network. But of course, like Rockchip itself with this NPU unit, it's much faster than Raspberry Pi 5. So right now, in my opinion, this board is one of most interesting because it's super powerful. It's pretty cheap, especially if you can like find them for $30. It's pretty nice in terms of you can use this board without any additional models. You can connect additional models, and this usability, in my opinion, it's pretty interesting topic. And of course, like it's the classic Raspberry Pi size, so you can use all like boxes and a lot of different peripherals that can be used for Raspberry Pi. So in the next video, like in a few days, I will go through the model Rockchip pipelines. Thank you for watching. Bye.